A warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Tech Canvas. Today, we will approach this topic of exploratory data analysis with practical tools and tips. But before we step into EDA, I will give you a brief background and why it is essential. So, EDA is the foundation stone, a vital step before beginning with the actual data analysis, and it has been around since the early 1970s. Using EDA, you get to know your data before the actual analysis. It allows data to reveal its true nature without any assumptions. And like a detective, we dig deep into piles of data to find clues that will aid the actual data analysis. Now, why is exploratory data analysis essential? So it helps you answer a few questions like, is the data making sense in the context of the business problem that we are trying to solve? What does the data look like? Use EDA to get insights about the data summary. Is your data showing seasonality? You can identify patterns using EDA. Is the data clean? So EDA will help uncover data quality issues early on. Are there any relationships between variables? EDA will help you spot correlations. Can you spot any anomalous values? So EDA will highlight outliers for accurate data analysis. So basically, we explore, summarize, and visualize data, right? The better you know your data, the better is your analysis. Now that we know the what and why, let's move on to the how. So EDA gives you the flexibility to talk to your data. It is not a formal process with strict rules. So keeping in mind your end goal, just start asking questions to get a preliminary understanding of your dataset. We are going to work on this publicly available dataset on Kaggle. You can go through the description here. So this dataset contains booking information for a city hotel and a resort hotel, and it includes information such as when the booking was made, length of stay, number of adults, number of parking spaces, and other things. So you can download this data set from here. They have also mentioned a link to the original article. So let's try and check that out. So yeah, you can go through the abstract here, the value of the data, how the data was collected, and here you have the variables description. So let's go ahead and check that in our dataset. So I have the dataset already downloaded here. You can go ahead and do the same. So let's first convert this to an Excel table. Let's quickly check the values. So this first column contains information whether it's a city or a resort. It's cancelled or not. Lead time. Okay, let's check what is lead time here. Okay, lead time is number of days that elapsed between entering date of the booking into the PMS and the arrival date. So this is the number of days. We have arrival year. So we have data for 2015, 16 and 17. Okay. We have the month. The values look good. We have the week numbers. We have the day of the month. Okay. Stay in weekend nights, stay in week nights. So we have that number. There are no blanks till now. Okay, we have adults, children and babies. So yeah, there are some values with 0 adults, which doesn't make sense, but on a safer side, we'll select records having 0 adults, 0 children, and yeah, no babies. So yeah, we have quite a lot of records, but as they may not be correct, let's go ahead and delete this from the data set right now. Okay, and I'll remove the filters now. Okay, next we have meal, and we have an undefined name here. Let's see what they have mentioned in meal. So yeah, undefined is SC, no meal package. So we can go ahead and replace this with SC. Okay, so now we have SC here in our data set. Okay, country of the customer who's making the booking, so there are no blank countries here. Market segment, what is market segment? It's a market segment designation. The terms TA means travel agents and TO means tour operators. Okay, there is this undefined here, but we leave it as it is right now because we don't know what to replace it with. Maybe undefined is the no market segment was assigned. Similar is the case for distribution channel. Let's check what that is. So this is the booking distribution channel. TA means travel agents and same TO means tour operators. Okay, so how was the booking made? What was the channel? So same undefined, we'll leave it as it is right now. So is it a repeated guest? We have 1 or 0 values. Any previous cancellations, previous bookings which are not cancelled. Okay, no blanks here. Reserved room type. Okay, what is this ABCD? Let's check. Okay, reserved room type. So this is a code of the room type reserved. So yeah, code is presented instead of the designation for anonymity reasons. Okay, so we have this code here for reserved room and assigned room type. We have the number of booking changes made by the customer, deposit type, agent. Okay, we see some null values for agent here. Let's go ahead and replace those with 0 because this will also be a code. So we'll just say that 0 is like there is no agent. Okay, so we have the values replaced now. Null is replaced with 0 and you can see there are no null values here. Same is the case for company, I think. Yes, company also, this is some abbreviated code and we'll replace null with 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and select all values. The number of days in the wait list, so we don't have any nulls here. Okay, these values look good. This is the customer type. ADR. Okay, let's check what ADR is. So ADR is the average daily rate as defined by American Hotel and Lodging Association. Okay, so this is basically the rate. Required car parking spaces, total of special requests. Okay, what is the reservation status, cancelled, checkout, no show, and the reservation status date. Okay, so we have this data here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add one more field here as serial number. This will help us in calculations. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill it. Okay, so we have the serial number here. And yeah, we have the stays in weeknights and stays in weekend nights and weeknights, right? So let's go ahead and calculate the total number of night stay here. So total night stay. So this will be nothing but the addition of these two columns. So we have that data here. So now we know what are the number of nights our guests are staying. So let's go ahead and create a pivot table. So first thing is we have all these fields here. Let's go ahead and check the popular customer countries. So we have country here. I'll add it to rows, and hotel and is cancelled. So we basically want to check for rows which the customers who have not cancelled their reservation, and we have the serial number. We'll go ahead and get a count of that. We'll remove the grand totals as we don't want them, and is cancelled we will just say 0 people who have not cancelled. Okay, so we have a lot of countries here. So let's go ahead and limit those countries to top 10 based on the count. And let's sort these countries based on the count. Okay, so yeah, now you can see, let's go ahead and insert a chart. So yeah, this, we have this chart here. So this basically gives us an idea of the number of customers for different countries. So Portugal has the highest number of customers for both city hotels and resort hotels, whereas Germany also has a high number of city hotel reservations, even though it has low resort reservations. Same is the case for France. Great Britain, it's the opposite. So yeah, quite a lot of insights from a simple bar chart, right? Let's go ahead and rename our sheet here. Popular customer countries. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and insert one more pivot table. Let's use some other fields for our analysis. So our goal here is to check whether a customer is going to cancel the booking or not. So all our exploratory data analysis questions should be related to that. So let's check the busy months based on the booking counts. So for that, let's go ahead and add hotel and is cancelled as we did it before, and let's add arrival month here, and let's add the count of serial number to get the counts. Okay, and yes, we'll go ahead and select this as people who have not cancelled. So now you can see month wise what is the trend of bookings, right? So let's go ahead and insert a chart. So we'll create a line chart here. Okay, so yeah, here we can see how the data is fluctuating. So the summer seasons are definitely more popular for city and resort bookings. We can see that. But yeah, especially that there are some peaks here, and there is a sharp decline for the city hotel reservations. So this can be investigated, but these months look like they are popular. June especially has very low bookings, so something is happening here and it can be further investigated. So let's rename this as busy months based on the booking count. Yeah, let's go ahead and insert another pivot table. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check the average price month-wise. So we can add is cancelled to filters here directly as well. Let's add the month, and we have the field ADR. Let's go ahead and select the average of the cost. Okay, so we have this average cost here. We'll first of all select only people who have not cancelled, and let's go ahead and format these as they are currency columns. So this is Portugal, and yeah, currency used is euro. So let's go ahead and add that. Okay. So let's go ahead and insert a table here. We'll again insert a line chart. So here you can see a big peak here for the month of August. So this has the highest average price. So looks like August is very popular for resort bookings, and there are not many peaks in the city bookings overall across the months, but definitely you can see some for resort bookings. So let's go ahead and rename this to busy months based on average price. And okay, yeah, one last pivot table. Okay, so now let's say we have calculated the total nights stay field here, right? Let's use that to find the month-wise average stay. So let's add hotel and is cancelled to filters again, and month-wise average total night stay. Okay, so now let's go ahead and first of all turn off the totals. Let's go ahead and format these. These are nothing but the number of nights, right? So this should be whole numbers. Okay, so yeah, like the average city hotel booking is 3 nights and resort varies from 3 to 5. But we are not getting much insight from this information here. So not all EDA questions that you're asking may give you relevant information. But yeah, the thing is, more and more deeper you dig into the data, more and more information you will have. So there are many univariate, bivariate, graphical and non-graphical techniques to analyze data. So to learn more and have fun with data analysis, check out our website on techcanvas.com. We have recently launched a course on exploratory data analysis using Excel. And this is just a glimpse of the course, and you'll get to learn a lot of other techniques for exploratory data analysis. Add your comments, interesting finds and insights from your exploratory data analysis for this data set. And thank you so much for joining us today.